Have you ever wondered when Tesla would experience a truly significant event? Well, some people think it will happen very soon. Although the majority of its initiatives are not really hidden, Tesla has a lot of them up its sleeve. You would not want to overlook this information. Because internal combustion engines and electric vehicle architecture differ so greatly, a third revolution in automobile manufacturing is made possible. During Vita's speech at the recent invite-only Goldman Sachs Tech Conference in San Francisco, CEO of Tesla Martin Vaicha made some remarks. Mid-September saw the launch of Goldman Sachs' first Communicopia Plus Technology Conference, a four-day gathering in San Francisco that brought together research analysts and executives from the technology, media, and telecommunications sectors. In order to learn more about everything from recession projections to where investors and firms perceive innovation across their industries, Goldman Sachs conducted a survey of 127 of the companies and investors in attendance. The topic of motoring turning electric was one of the covered topics. It was discovered that 34% of respondents thought their next automobile would be at least hybrid, including a plug-in hybrid, and 38% thought it would be a fully electric vehicle. Though only 7% of respondents anticipated completely autonomous cars to be accessible for personal use in the next 1 to 3 years, expectations for self-driving technology were more long-term, with nearly half of those surveyed expecting the technology to be available in the next 10 years. Having said that, both those in attendance and those who learned about it afterwards applauded what Martin Vaicha, the head of investor relations at Tesla, said during the aforementioned conference. In essence, Vaicha walked investors through the company's next 5 years of plans, outlining the trends and metrics that will be most important, as well as what to anticipate in terms of future products like robotaxi services, more affordable electric vehicles, and other ideas. The Tesla CEO began by addressing two broad issues that will be critical to Tesla and the EV sector over the next 5 years: the cost of manufacturing vehicles and battery supply and technology. In the end, he predicted, the industry will expand at the rate of the battery supply. This will affect the design of batteries, the construction of cells and battery packs, as well as the extraction and processing of raw materials like nickel, lithium, and other metals. Vida underlined that the most crucial indicator to watch in the upcoming years is the cost of manufacturing per vehicle, as this will ultimately determine how many cars firms can produce and how big they can grow in the automotive industry. Gross margin is a key metric that indicates the amount of profit a manufacturer can make on each vehicle that is manufactured. According to Vaicha, the most important statistic to monitor in the upcoming years is the cost per car. The most crucial element in determining how many cars a carmaker could produce, and in this case, how big a company Tesla could become, would be cost control. Vaicha pointed out that while the cost to produce a Tesla vehicle was $84,000 in 2017, it has already dropped to $36,000. Vaicha said that virtually none of the cost savings were attributable to less expensive batteries, instead attributing the savings to improved vehicle design that made assembly of the car simpler. Vaicha added that by producing more cars in more modern productive plants, Tesla might further lower the price of its automobiles. Vaicha claims that the original Tesla factory, located in Fremont, California, close to Silicon Valley, is not a good location for auto manufacturing, pointing out that Shanghai and Berlin are more affordable options. Along with another in Austin, Texas, Tesla has established 2 new plants in those places. The business aims to keep up this pace and test the limits of what it costs to make an electric car. Roughly 50% of Tesla's output is produced at the Fremont facility. According to Vida, when new facilities produce more cars, they will be able to keep the cost of each vehicle around $36,000, which should help Tesla's bottom line. Regarding vehicle costs, it should be mentioned that Tesla has raised the price of a number of its models lately. Accordingly, at the conference, Vaicha was questioned concerning the likelihood that Tesla would produce an EV at a lower cost. Eventually, he said, the company hopes to have a more reasonably priced car on the road. If a company wants to be a high-volume automaker, it needs a broad portfolio, and Tesla needs a cheaper offering before its company-operated robotaxi service comes out, he said. He pointed out that since demand for the Model 3 and Y has exceeded expectations, there is less need for a new model anytime soon. Model E will basically next year become the best-selling vehicle of any kind of all time in the world, said the CEO. He added it includes virtually no lease and increased costs from the Fremont factory at the same time. This is an important sales lever that we've never touched, but in the future, we might be boosting demand in other ways, Vita stated. Conversely, all manufacturers stated that obtaining battery elements such as lithium may be essential to their success in transitioning to electric vehicle manufacturing. Vita stated during the conference, though, that Tesla is far ahead in terms of supply and production of batteries because it has a significant advantage in the EV market. The business possesses every battery cell required for producing cars, as well as energy storage devices like the Powerwall. For the first time I can remember, we can access all of the supply we need for both businesses, Vita states. According to the Tesla executive, the business was able to achieve this by extending its battery agreements beyond Panasonic to include other battery manufacturers such as CATL and LG Chem in China. Additionally, he claimed that Tesla would include more battery sources. Along with obtaining and refining battery elements like lithium and nickel, Vita continued, the most critical factor in this industry's future growth is the battery supply. About that, Tesla applied to the Texas comptroller to construct a lithium refining plant on the state's Gulf Coast. Vita also brought up the much-anticipated full self-driving FSD system during the presentation. Recall that Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, predicted earlier this year that Tesla Complete self-driving technology might be available for eligible cars by the end of 2022. Vita reported that the firm was on schedule to deploy supervised FSD in line with Musk's anticipated timeline during the most recent conference. According to Vita, supervised FSD essentially entails supervised autonomy, whereby the driver remains a proactive contributor to the vehicle's movement. When Tesla launches fully autonomous vehicles on a large scale towards the end of the year, drivers will still need to pay attention to the road and drive defensively. Vita made a suggestion that users of FSD who drive carelessly would no longer be able to use the service, much to how users of the FSD beta program lose access to their sophisticated driver assist technologies when they drive carelessly. Furthermore, he said that Tesla gathers more data from interventions, which means that drivers who actively correct the movements of fully autonomous vehicles teach the firm more. We profoundly believe mass collection of data and AI is the only way to solve generalized autonomy. That's the path we're taking, Vita stated. Only 100,000 testers who meet the safety score and other standards set by the firm are currently eligible to participate in the Tesla FSD beta. Update 10.692 was now made available to beta testers. According to Elon Musk, the FSD beta should see a considerable improvement with version 10.692. A few Tesla Roadster program participants shared some of the software problems they continue to encounter, such as phantom braking. Issues with curves and speed limits. Some testers have, however, also pointed out that the complete self-driving beta software has significantly improved over the previous few months. Experts claim that Tesla has succeeded where others have failed for a number of reasons. First of all, Elon Musk started out with a strategy. Early on in the business existence, Musk stated in a blog post, "Our long-term goal is to build a wide range of models, including reasonably priced family cars." This is due to the fact that Tesla Motors' main goal is to hasten the transition from a mine and burn hydrocarbon economy to an electric one powered by solar energy, which is, in my opinion, the most viable but not the only one. Experts also noted that Tesla never considered making a concession. Furthermore, Tesla never merely adopts a trend. Additionally, the business is not harmed by hiring like-minded individuals. During his speech at USC, Musk discussed his expertise in team development. The most important thing when Zenas will also,